today I want to speak about our amazing sponsor, V&J Auto Body. That's right, V&J Auto Body has now opted to be our primary sponsor here on the podcast, and we couldn't be happier. So V&J Auto Body is a shop that's been around for 40 years. It's a family-owned shop. It still is, okay? Yours truly works there. I have worked there for 9 years. I'm a manager and a writer. We have a fantastic, dynamic crew, right? Professional in all ways. Myself and my partner have between us probably about 40 years combined experience in the insurance industry in various roles. The shop itself is a very progressive shop. And what I mean by that is a future forward-looking shop. We have attained most major manufacturer certifications. All right, most recently, we just became Range Rover certified and Rivian. All right, we continue to move forward in that realm as well. All right, so from a standpoint of being prepared to assist you, the public, in every possible way when it comes to having your collision damaged vehicle repaired and restored to pre-loss condition, V&J Auto Body is the one place you need to be. All right. The shop itself, we have some of the most highly trained technicians. We have the most advanced equipment, right? And we are continually upgrading that and continuing the training, right, for all people. And they really make the investment, folks. I mean, we're sending guys across the country. The owners themselves, James Verone and Chandler, are always attending various industry seminars and various talking heads and folks that are intimately involved in the industry, right? So that we stay ahead of the curve and we know what's happening before it happens. All right, we know what's coming, so we're prepared. All right, we are prepared both intellectually, technically, all right, and also business-wise. All right, and the one thing you can always count on with V&J Auto Body is we're going to represent your interests and not the interests of the insurance company. All right, and we're going to be with you all the way from start to finish. All right, our professional office staff, all right, they're of claim rep quality. All right, and the girls do a phenomenal job. They really know the insurance industry inside out, all right, and they can make sure that your claim gets reported, recorded, and handled the right way from the beginning. All right, so you don't have to worry about that part of the aggravation. All right, V&J is going to take care of all that for you. All right, V&J Auto Body, they are in Lindenhurst and can be reached at 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. Of course, they are on our network at collisionservicenetwork.com. All right, but V&J Auto Body, folks, if you're in the Babylon area, if you live in the town of Babylon, you're in that area, you certainly should be having your car repaired there. So remember, all right, if you get into an accident or you need to file an insurance claim, give the folks over at V&J Auto Body a call, 631-226-0070. They have you back. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the one and only Crash Course. All right, so today is August 6th, I believe. Yes, it's August 6th. And it was raining like Noah's Ark here today. So I hope wherever you are listening to this podcast, you stay dry. All right, because the rest of us were like a bunch of ducks in a swamp. All right, anyway, let's get right to it. All right, Crash Course, you know we're here for the folks. All right, we know what the mantra is. We're giving you information and knowledge you need and can use and advice you can trust. So true today, right? We got so much disinformation, misinformation, and, you know, that permeates everything today. Everything. It really does. I mean, some people can wring their hands over that statement and say, it's baloney, you know, it's all made up. It's not. It's actually not. And it's no different in my industry, right? The auto body industry and the insurance industry. No different, folks. We got disinformation, misinformation. We got people that are just misinformed, not that intelligent, okay? Sorry. This is not politically correct here. They're not that intelligent, all right? And common sense is actually not that common, all right? So don't let anybody fake you on that. When people say, it's all common sense, it isn't. Common sense is no longer common, and that's because we don't have any effective means of passing down common sense, because common sense flows out of learned knowledge or learned behaviors or learned customs from previous generations, and the previous generations are incapable of that, so common sense has since taken a hiatus. So common sense is no longer common. Woo! Took a long way around that issue, huh? A little Kamala action there for you. little double speak, triple speak, quadruple speak. And then after all that, still ends up meaningless. Anyway, I digress. Hey, folks, I want to jump into a really important issue here, right? One that actually reared its head in my shop. You can see my shirt, V&J, right? I always tell everybody I work there, full disclosure. All right, but here at Crash Course Podcast, we are talking on behalf of the one and only Collision Service Network, collisionservicenetwork.com, the one place you need to go if what you need is auto body work. All right, folks, seriously, all right, we all need to have a place where we can go, right, when it comes to auto body, because we all have a place where we go with mechanical, right? I always make the joke about that. When I had the radio show, we did the man on the street type of thing. We stole a little of the Jay Leno action there. You run up to somebody on the street and you ask them, hey, man, your brakes sound like the wheels are going to come off the train. Holy shit, I got to run over to Uncle Tony's or, Carmine's Auto Repair or ABC or Tricky Dick's. Everybody's got a guy. I got a guy, right? It's so mechanical. Everybody has a guy because it's necessary. Let's face it, right? Whether you're driving a shitbox or a, $1 million luxury car, sooner or later, you got to go to a mechanic. That's not the case with auto body, right? It isn't. It's not necessarily good or bad. I would argue in today's climate, all right, both economically and also within the industry of auto body, I would argue that it's more important today than probably ever before. All right, that we try and develop some kind of understanding, some kind of relationship with the industry, with the auto body industry. We should be getting familiar with that, and of course, here at the podcast here at Crash Course Radio, together with Collision Service Network, right, we're able to do that. Right? We're able to help people develop some kind of understanding and relationship with the auto body industry because, folks, sooner or later, somebody yourself, your family, your friend, your enemy, they're going to end up there. All right? It's just a statistical fact. All right? In fact, I've spoken about this, right? Every 10 years, the DOT, Department of Transportation Statistics, and also the National Traffic and Safety Bureau, they've also discovered that factually, statistically speaking, some of us will have, most of us will have an accident, all right, every 10 years. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a train wreck, God forbid. I'm not saying, you're going to have to be towed to a body shop and have a whole front end put on. No. They don't expound on that. They just say that you're going to be involved in some kind of accident. It could be, hopefully it's a fender bender, right? But, unfortunately, statistics are usually, for the most part, a reliable benchmark, right? They just are. Now, they can be skewed, right? I mean, virtually all data can be skewed, right? Just like polling. When you hear, we took a poll here, and we took a poll. I love that. I love with the political season. The latest poll shows that 99.9% of people really support this jackass. Great. Who'd you poll? Did you poll 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds? Did you poll, grandmas and grandpas? Did you poll 90% of the people that you polled were people that like that? So they're going to give that answer? You ever notice they don't tell us? They just say the poll shows that this guy's a jackass and this guy's going to win. Wow. And everybody goes, woof. You see that poll? Yeah. What poll? The telephone poll? I'm being facetious here, but folks, that's the nature of statistics and the nature of polling, okay? You can skew these things just about any way you want to get the result that you want, all right? Now, I'm not trying to diminish everybody's interpretation of that. Listen, polling is good, right? We use polling for a lot of different things, and the same goes for statistics, and that's why when I highlight statistics here, like when I say when the Department of Transportation or the National Traffic and Highway Safety Bureau has said that, every 10 years we're going to have an accident, that's a statistic, right? And obviously that statistic is skewed one way or the other for all of us as individuals. But suffice it to say, because of that, all right, it's probably very important that we all should have some kind of relationship with an auto body, with the auto body industry, as we do mechanically. All right. I myself, I go to the dealer. I know people they're probably all laughing. They're like, oh, this guy's getting, getting drilled over there by the dealer. I know I'm getting shafted. I know I'm getting fleeced, but you know what? That's just me, right? That's where I bought the truck there. I now have a track record there. I have a maintenance record there. I just feel like, you know what? They're putting all the OEM parts in. I don't have to worry about it, right? I feel comfortable. My service advisor knows me. I have a personal relationship there. All right. If I need to try and work something out, they usually try and apply whatever coupons or discounts they can to drive down the price, the cost. All right. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about a relationship, right? I'm talking about having a relationship. Now, for me, it's with the dealership. Right? I own a Ford Explorer. So for me, it's the Ford dealership. I've developed a relationship. Now, I could have went to Tricky Dick's Auto Mechanic and done the same thing. The point here is that as I've done with the mechanic, okay, you need to think about doing with Auto Body. All right? It's very important today, folks. I can't stress this enough. It's very important. All right? I know I make jokes about it. You know, if you get in an auto body accident, just turn around, throw a dart at the wall, whatever shop it lands on, bring your car to. All right? Seriously, I think folks were doing that, like back in the 70s, 80s, and maybe even the early 90s, but you can't do that. And here's one of the reasons why you can't do it. All right? And you've heard me say this over and over, but I have to keep beating the drum on this. A lot of the insurance industry, okay, well, let me rephrase that. That sounds really retarded there, stupid. The insurance industry, okay, as a whole, controls, all right, has a majority control, or just about a majority control, over the auto body industry. So what does that mean for you? So if you just stumble into any shop, that shop might be what's called a DRP shop, a direct repair shop. They might be working with the insurance company. Right now, some people like to say, "Well, that guy, he's a jackass. He works for the insurance." They don't work for the insurance company. All right, let's get that established. They're an independent entity. Yes, they're their own business. The problem is that they're not really calling their own shots anymore. Right? When you decide to get in bed with somebody, whether it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or in this case here, the insurance company, what happens? Right? Come on, folks. What happens? Right in a relationship, compromise. Right? As soon as you say I do, you don't. Okay? Because every part of your life is going to be a compromise from here on out. Well, it's no different in business. All right? So if you stumble into a body shop and that body shop has decided to have a relationship with 8 different insurance companies, how much of a priority are you going to be? Especially if your insurance company is one of his smallest insurance. Check this out, folks. You go to a deal. You go to an insurance sponsored shop, right? Insurance company told you to go there, or you stumbled in there because you didn't listen to me, you didn't hear me, and you just went in there. And you find out this guy's an insurance sponsored shop, right? But he's also doing work for 8 different insurance companies. And folks, there are body shops out there like this. All right. He's not going to tell you, "Oh, you're with ABC Insurance Company. Ah, yeah, we do work with them. They're great." Actually, he doesn't give a shit about them because they're small peanuts. They don't even feed him the majority of the work. The other 7 insurance companies, they give him 85% of his work. But there you are, because that insurance company told you to go there. So, folks, you're not even a priority at that. Okay? You're not even a priority at that on that issue alone. It's really terrible. So that's why it's so important that as we have a relationship with a repair shop, we need to have a relationship with a body shop. Okay? And, when I started out by saying I wanted to talk about something that, started rearing its ugly head, this is what's rearing its ugly head. I'm seeing more and more folks, and it's really a little disheartening because we've been at this, I started on the air about, it has to be 2.5 years ago. I started on the radio, and now we've been really charging hard on the podcast. And I like to think we're reaching the folks. And, those folks that we do reach, I hope that they talk to other people because, this is serious stuff. Listen, after COVID, all right, I spoke about this on the radio. After COVID, there was a paradigm shift in the car industry. This is a fact. Again, a fact. Remember what I said about facts, statistics? This is a fact. It's not open for debate. This is a fact. Statistically, more people shifted away from leasing and into financing, into purchasing. And I don't give a shit if you're buying a shit box, or a couple-year-old car or a brand new car. For the point of the issue is, folks, The fact of the matter is, and this is still going on today, all right, my coworker just did this, right? Ended up buying out his lease, okay, and now he's, he's financing another car. So the point here, folks, is that when people saw what happened, right, with the COVID thing and the lockdown thing and, and the jobs and all this other shit, people got scared, right? They said, oh, holy shit, I don't even own this car. They could take this car from us, right? Or, the flip side of that was the money side, right? And he went back to to lease the same car, and it was double or triple the price. So everybody got back into finance, and that's great. I think that's good. I think that's good because what that does is it forces us to have more of a personal relationship with our cars. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, right? 70s mostly. And cars were so cool, right? We did a show like on the radio about this. Cars were an extension of everybody's personality, and every car had character. Right, it was amazing. I loved growing up in the 70s. I thought it was one of the best decades. It was phenomenal. I mean, we had our car. We had the Chevy Nova, right? The Chrysler Charger. We had everything. We had a car called the Satellite, the Plymouth Satellite. It had like a 450 in there or something. Just really cool stuff. Cool cars, and everybody drove them. Everybody had a car that fit them, fit their personality. They all had character, and it was great. And that was then, right? And because of that, all right, just like now, when we had this paradigm shift back in the car buying industry, people own their stuff. So now you own it, folks. That means you have a personal stake in the car. You're not giving it back. You're not renting somebody's piece of crap, and you're not giving it back. You don't give a shit. Now you do, right? Now you do. I mean, my 2016 Ford Explorer, I love that thing. I mean, I'm always getting it, polished and cleaned and detailed. I get it serviced regularly. Anytime there's a damaged part, I get it replaced. It's an extension of me. Okay, it fits me. It fits who I am, what I like to do, my personality, and I want to hold on to that truck. Right? I financed it. I paid it off, so it's mine. So likewise, God forbid. Even though I did have a wreck anyway, thanks to some jackass that thought talking on the phone was more important than watching the light. At any rate, so because you own these cars, all right, you're buying the car, you're financing the car, you need to have a relationship with whoever the hell's going to fix it. All right, and that relationship cannot be dictated by your insurance company. Folks, the insurance company, I've said this before, hello, the insurance company, they're in the insurance business, hence the word insurance. Nowhere in there does the word collision appear or auto body work. All right, it's bullshit. It's all smokescreen. When I started in the industry, all right, that was like the plague. If you were in the claim office and they heard you even attempting to advise somebody on where to bring their car, holy crap, all holy hell would descend on you. All holy hell would descend on you. And then if somebody was really desperate, we had this whole, big whole process we had to go through with a disclaimer, and you had to give 3 shops. You had to send 1 copy up to Albany, 1 in the file. It was bullshit, right? Now, fast forward to the 21st century, and insurance companies, all of a sudden, they're experts, and they're telling everybody where to go and how to get their car fixed and what they're going to pay for. It's all horseshit. Their thing is insurance. You pay insurance, they cover you. That's it. Somehow, though, the auto body industry, because they're some of the dumbest people in the world, they opened the door to all this bullshit, and now they're practically running the whole industry. But you don't want to be a victim of that, folks. All right, please. I was in the insurance industry almost 30 years. I saw the contracts. All right, I worked for a major insurance company. I saw some of the contracts, at least with this company I was with. All right, I saw how they're positioned. All right, I saw how they're written out. All right, and there's always incentives and giveaways and all kinds of other bullshit in there. If you do things quicker and cheaper and also, and the body shop's not going to tell you this. They're going to, it's all bullshit. Don't worry about it. We got you covered. We're going to fix your car. Yeah, they're going to fix your car. They're going to fix your car according to ABC insurance company's way of fixing it. All right, so hence Collision Service Network. Please go to collisionservicenetwork.com. I can't emphasize it enough. Folks, things are getting difficult out there, right? Check your insurance premium. Mine's gone up quite a bit. In fact, the National Insurance something Bureau just turned around and released statistics. On average, most insurance premiums have gone up 26.3%. 26%, folks, since January 1st. That's a hell of a lot of money. All right? Even if you make a lot of money, it's still a lot of money. All right? Come on. And none of us want to be handing it over to the insurance company. All right? So God forbid you get in an accident. All right? You're in an accident, car's banged up, you own your car, you have a personal stake in it, you want to make sure that this thing gets put back together, not with crazy glue or Elmer's glue or anything like that. You want to make sure you don't get a 2-tone car back or, a 3-tone car. You have to know who's fixing your car. You have to know who's fixing your car. You can't just turn around and call your insurance. Hey, how you doing? I got to make a claim. Great. Oh, by the way, Tricky Dick down the road, he's going to fix your car. He is? Yeah. All right, terrific. No, he's not. Stop. Don't participate in that. Do not participate in a system that was designed by the insurance industry. Auto body guys didn't design it. They're too stupid for that. They're just a bunch of jackasses that opened the door to it and said, oh, yeah, that's great. I'll do that because I'm too lazy and stupid to market my own business. I'll just go ahead and have a relationship with these guys that actually don't have my interest in mind, and I won't have your interest in mind when I fix your car, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's easier. And then they send me customers. All right? Don't be a victim of that. Don't participate in that system. That system benefits, guess who? The insurance industry. It don't even benefit the body shops. These guys are dumber than wood. All right? Their margins have been collapsing, folks. The margins in the insurance and the auto body industry have been collapsing over the last 30 years. All right? They've been tightening. And they'll tell you, all the body shop guys, they'll complain and whine and complain. Oh, my God, it's the labor rate and the materials are getting so expensive. They're all full of shit. The one thing the auto body industry is really good at is pissing and moaning and complaining. They don't do shit. They don't get out of their own way. They don't try and change anything. And actually, what I would say is the things they do change are detrimental to the very industry that they work in. That's how many jackasses work in that industry. All right? But at collisionservicenetwork.com, we weeded those jackasses out for you. Okay? So when you need a body shop, you go to collisionservicenetwork.com and you choose one of our amazing partners and you take your car there or you get your car towed there. And please, when you do that, make sure you let them know who told you to go there. All right? Peter Krause from Crash Course. All right, folks. I know, listen, I know some of this sounds mundane, and, and some people are probably just, shrugging their shoulders or wringing their hands like, who gives a shit? Well, you'll give a shit, trust me. You really will. You'll give a shit because getting in an accident happens out of the blue. Out of the blue. Could be a beautiful sunny day. You have your favorite music going in the car, and you're driving along, and, world's at my oyster, man. I love it. Life is great. Bam! Your whole world just changed in 1 second. Okay? And that's enough. I've been there. I'm sure a lot of you have been there. It's a big mess. It's a big cluster F. All right? It's tremendously stressful. And God forbid you're injured, then you add that into the mix as well. So the last thing you want to have on your mind is who the hell's fixing your car now, right? Right? Because that's what most of us do. We throw our hands up in the air. Oh, holy shit, now I got to figure out who the hell. I don't know where to go. I don't know anything about the auto body. And then today you call, hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, insurance company? Okay, right, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I can go to Tricky Dick's and he's going to fix the car? Yeah, okay. No good, folks. No good. They are not looking out for you. They're looking out for them. What do you think they started this whole thing years ago? Remember what I told you early on in the program? Back when I started in the industry, back in the mid-'80s, this was the biggest faux pas. Actually, the state actually mandated that you couldn't do this. All right? And then if you absolutely had to, like if you had some out-of-state person and they were desperate, no problem. Big drawn-out process, though. You had to cover your ass. Copies in the file, copies to Albany, disclosure, this, that, and the other thing. 3, 4, 5 shops. You can't just make it look like you're giving them one. All kinds of bullshit. Now, all of a sudden, woo! Everything's a free-for-all, baby. We're the insurance company, and we know how to fix your car. Now, all of a sudden, they give a shit, right? Right. Wrong. They only give a shit because they figured out, by pretending to give a shit, they could control the whole process, drive down the cost, save them tons of money, but check it out. Our premiums are still going up. I love the commercials on the radio, right? Check this out. You hear the commercials on the insurance fraud is a crime. That's a terrible crime. And insurance fraud is a crime on you. That's right. Because every time fraud's committed, your premiums go up. Bullshit. That's another load of shit. Don't ever believe that one either. All right? I'm not saying insurance fraud is not bad, obviously. I mean, it's a crime, and nobody wants to encourage that or embrace that. But it's just another publicity stunt, folks, by the insurance company. Right? Insurance fraud. It's a crime that affects you, rips you off. Yeah? My ass. My premiums just keep going up. I think other than COVID, I have never lived through an episode and a time well, I should say, I've never lived through a year where I've gotten a notice from my insurance company. Oh, hi, this is ABC Insurance Company, and we're sending this letter to let you know we're reducing your premium by 20%. When the hell does that ever happen? Right? Never. It's all bullshit. At any rate, I digress. So before we wrap it up here, there's a couple other things, all right? This is a public service announcement here by Crash Course. I love that. This is what we do, right? The whole show's a public service announcement, right, when you think about it? Because we're looking out for the folks. Trying to help you guys. Remember, seriously, folks, go to collisionservicenetwork.com. Find a shop on our amazing network. All right, get familiar with them. Google them. Go to their website. All right, if it's in your neighborhood, visit them. All right, I would even do that. Stop in. All right, just like I said, you have a relationship with a mechanic. You must. Most of us do. All right, I don't mean a relationship like you're going to a beach party with the guy or you're celebrating birthdays and that, right? I don't mean that. I mean that you have a professional relationship, right? You need brakes, you need this, you need that, you need windshield wiper, you go there. You have to start thinking in terms of that with the auto body industry, folks. I can't stress it enough. Gone are the days where we can just turn around and not worry about it. You have to worry about it. If not for anything else, because the insurance industry controls such a large percentage of it now. All right, they leverage a lot of control over this industry, and it's not good. It's not good for the consumer, and that's you and me. All right, don't remember the other little elephant in the room, folks, is the deductible. All right, if not for any other reason, you go to an insurance sponsored shop and you're paying that whole deductible. So not only are you paying the deductible, all right, and getting screwed. Well, not only are you getting screwed, right, because they may not repair the car. There might be some extra shit that they could probably throw in there, right? A non-affiliated shop would probably take care of it. They're not going to take care of it. They're not going to do shit for you. In fact, you're lucky you'll get a kid with a garden hose and a bucket of soap. And that's because their margins are so tight, folks. They're working on narrow margins. And what I mean by margins is profit. All right? They're working on very narrow margins. A lot of them are surviving on volume only with that. You think they're going to give a shit about your car while you have a little ding over here? No, they're not going to do that. You're lucky you get your car back and it's not 3 different colors. So on top of all that and aggravation, then they're going to turn around and say, hey, Mr. Jones, here's your keys and here's your car. And by the way, you owe me $1,000. I do? Yeah. That's your deductible. And your insurance company says, I got to collect it. I mean, what kind of a raw deal is that? So go to collisionservicenetwork.com and make sure you and your family and your friends and even your enemies, right, make sure they understand who's going to fix their car, right, when and if they need that type of service. All right, our network of partner shops, they are some of the most amazing shops in the industry, all customer warriors, all want to look out for your interests and not the interests of the insurance company. All right, before I leave, though, like I said, I want to wrap it up with these things. All right, consumer service announcement here, which, like I said, is really kind of an oxymoron because that's really what we're doing here. Seriously, folks, listen, there's a lot of different stuff out there being technology driven, all right? GPS things, all this other shit. Well, the insurance companies, they latch on to this stuff, all right, all the time. They love technology because technology allows them to increase profit. Right? And how do they increase profit? Many different ways. I just described one of them, right? The insurance sponsored shop program. But here's another way. A lot of insurance companies are incentivizing people to put little spy tabs in their car, right? Little tiny things, all right? I had one in my company car when I was working for an insurance company. I didn't have a choice. You do. Do not, I repeat, do not ever put this in your car. And I'm talking to all the new castrati out there, all the young little, brain deads out there that are running around and think everything is hoochie coochie and, kumbaya. It's such a wonderful world. It's not. Folks, you stick this thing in your car and you've basically surrendered your privacy rights. You're allowing the insurance company to spy on you. Now, they're going to use the carrot and the stick. They're going to turn around. Oh, you put this in your car and we'll give you a 10% discount on physical damage coverage. Woo! 10%. I'm all in, baby. What do I got to do? Just plug it in? Yeah, plug it in and we'll just cover a couple different things and, we'll be able to keep track. It's going to all good for you. It's all good for you. They're going to tell you it's all good for you, though. It's going to give positive feedback. Great. Yeah, here's the problem. Remember what I said about the carrot and then the stick? Here's the stick. Your insurance, right? If you're in a mutual insurance policy, which most of us are, unless you're assigned risk, every 6 months that baby comes up for renewal. Guess what they do? They check all the parameters in that little device you stuck in there. You know what they track in there? They track your speed. They track your cornering radius, your stop and go. They track how hard your car decelerates, deceleration rate. All right. They also, folks, listen up. They also know where that car is, right? So your car was sitting at the bar at 1:30 in the morning on a Friday night. I'm just saying. They're not going to tell you this. They're not going to say, hey, Mr. Jones, we saw your car at the bar like every other night. No. But it's a location device, folks. That means they can locate your car, right? And here's the stick now. Now they find out, hey, Mr. Jones, listen, your policy's coming up on renewal. Looks like you were speeding, like about 40% of the time. And you had quite a bit of deceleration, hard decelerations. And your cornering was pretty aggressive, too, in some of these tight turns on these exit ramps and that. Oh, yeah. Well, I get a little ahead of myself sometimes with the car. I'm safe, though, man. I'm a safe driver. Yeah, we know you are. But I think we're going to have to make a little bit of a rate adjustment there. What do you mean? Well, we're gonna have to, first of all, take away the discount. So that's the first thing that goes. There goes the 10% discount because now you're not a safe driver anymore. You're a safe driver. You say you're a safe driver, but according to that device in your car, you're not. So we're taking away the discount. We'll take a look at everything in 6 months again, though. Oh, great. I'll leave it in like a jackass. 6 months come. Hey, Mr. Jones, insurance policy's up for renewal again. Fantastic. How's it going? Well, not that good. Looks like 30% of the time you were over the speed limit. 45% of the time you had some aggressive deceleration, and 50% of the time you had a very aggressive cornering. Cornering, what does that mean? Well, you're getting off the ramps and everything. It looks like you're charging in there. Oh yeah, well, I'm safe though. I haven't had an accident. Well, you haven't. That's exactly it. But everybody's luck runs out, so we can't reinstate the discount, and you're going to have to get a premium increase as well. You see how this works, folks? Okay? That's the carrot and the stick, and that's what the insurance companies do. Hey, can you stick this device in your car? It's good. It's great. It's a cool device. It's going to give you positive feedback, and we're going to give you a discount on your insurance. It's going to allow us to give you feedback and help you make better decisions with your driving in it. Oh, wow, that sounds great. Cool. I love that. I love helping out. Good for you. Have fun with it. Stick it in there. And then they're going to stick it right in you. You like that? You like that little follow-up there? They're going to stick it right in you when your renewal comes up, right? So there's the last helpful tip of this podcast today. I hope everybody chews on that, all right, and really takes this all to heart, trying to help out the folks here. Like I said, I've been in this business 30 years. Now I'm on a body shop side for 9.5. And a lot of stuff keeps changing, folks. Check this out. Next episode, I'm going to tell you about all the little tricks and chicanery that the insurance companies are doing now, right? Because things are getting tough for them. So what do? Remember what I always say? What do insurance companies do really well? They look for ways to cut costs when, where, and often. All right? And they keep doing it. So tune in next time. I'm going to give you a lot of big tips on all the little tricks and chicanery that's going on out there. You need to be aware of this. Most of you probably have no idea you're paying your premium, expecting you got coverage for this and that, and you don't. Okay? So tune in next episode, and we'll fill you in on that. Folks, that does it. All right? I will see everybody on the next episode of Crash Course. Go to collisionservicenetwork.com. Tell your friends, family, and enemies. Get informed. Stay informed. All right? Find the shop in your neighborhood. Get to know them. All right? So you make the right decision if you need to find a body shop. All right, folks, keep it chill.